he got it turned and did like a right foot outside of the boot into the top left corner. It was pretty great. That was his last goal.
He's not dead.
Oh.
This plays for he's effectively, in football terms, he's dead. Poor Wilf.
No. Anyway.
Yeah, that was the final, and then Portugal won. So.
And then Portugal won. Adair, though. Who would have thought Adair would score that goal?
And they were such an apt winner for the tournament as well. So, not that interesting.
Yeah. Just kind of
hard-working team. And fair play to them. I mean, Portugal's not that much bigger than somewhere like Scotland. You know, they're less than 10 mil population, I think. Like 8 maybe, something like that.
Yeah.
I'm just guessing, but ballpark. You know, so they're making the best.
And their whole population live in Porto and Lisbon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Braga. Brrr. But no, yeah. So they made the best of what they have, and you know it's the same as Wales. They've got a good, hard-working team, pretty solid, no massive defects, and a world-class player.
But you know, Portugal. Sorry, they're typically known for
more flair.
More flair, but less so on the defensive side. But they really, and I thought Hungary was going to be the game that finally they're showing that they're not that great defensively. But then it was like a one-off.
But were they not playing Ricardo Carvalho at the start of the tournament? I think they dropped him.
Yeah, that's true.
I might be wrong, but I'm going to be generous and say, you know, he had
Virinha as well.
Right, yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah. So they kind of sorted that back four out.
Their left back was tidy.
And also Renato Sanchez coming in and being a first selection, first choice.
A lot of the time their midfielders are kind of a bit sideways. They're like Swansea midfielders.
Sanchez is a bit more dynamic.
Exactly, yeah. He's like a dreadlock Pogba.
I really like. He's gonna.
I'm just so disappointed.
He's only 19 years old.
Well, it's not what I heard.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there was a thing. Maybe he had a bit of a cheeky passport thing or something.
So he's actually like 25.
Yeah. I love that.
Even so, he's great.
It's like Yakubu was always said they wouldn't. You know, he was.
We thought you were great at 19. Now you just kind of. You should have been better already.
Yeah, when I was 19, I was 27. So. Don't worry about it. But no, I'm still disappointed he went to Bayern Munich. I think.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it was either Bayern Munich or Manchester United. Where would you rather him go?
Anywhere. I don't know. Just retire.
Just stay at Benfica. It's fine.
You're already playing for Benfica.
Yeah.
That's quite good. Some people will be happy with that. I don't know. It's just getting a bit franchisey. You know, the big teams in Europe. It's
Well, do you know what I mean? That's kind of the problem that I have. It's a very similar problem that I'm going to bring in an American sport. The NBA has where
again the big 4 or 5 teams are just hogging everyone.
Right, like. Recently, Kevin Durant now signed for Golden State Warriors that already has Klay Thompson and Steph Curry, which are 2 of the best players in the league. Now you're going to add Kevin Durant, who's a top 5 player in the league. Like,
I don't understand.
It's just annoying. Like,
it's weird because in sport they seem the ambition is just to win. So if you all go and sign for the same team, like I've done it. But sure, like what's wrong with having the ambition to win on a team?
On your merit.
Yeah, or like
instead of just be like, all right, guys, we have the best players in the world. We're just going to dominate.
Yeah, and then you win. Brilliant.
Yeah, great. How about doing it from hard work and a little bit of, Well,
look at Maradona. Went to Napoli. They weren't that great. Obviously, they had enough money to pay him, but he took them and they won Serie A a couple of times.
Yeah,
do that.
Yeah, right. I think the mentality though back in the 80s was a little bit different. I'm gonna bring up the NBA again, where like Magic Johnson and Larry Bird, like they wanted to beat each other to prove that one was better than the other person. Yeah. Like I think that's lacking in today's sporting world. Like I think the
too much camaraderie.
The epitome of that, as far as I know, is when LeBron James went to Miami with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh. Like that was like, oh, I guess it's not like that anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then he ended up going back to Cleveland and winning it anyway.
Right.
Just do that. It's better.
Right. You're in
from
Cleveland.
Ohio. Just enjoy yourself.
You're the man.
Yeah.
Right.
Like if I played.
Why would you? Why do you want to be just one of the guys when you can be the man and also win a championship?
Well, I don't get it. It's like if I played for Aberdeen, I was a good player or whatever, and then we had a decent team and we finished second, and then Celtic went, "Do you want to come play for us?" I go, "No."
Yeah.
Of course I don't.
But I'm gonna bring up basketball again. Like, look at 1991, right? You had Michael Jordan on the Bulls. You had Magic Johnson on the Lakers. You had Larry Bird on the Celtics. Like, they were Isaiah Thomas on the Pistons. Like, you had...
Was my chum Hakeem playing at that time?
Yes, he was on the Houston Rockets.
I know. I love that guy.
They were all spread out.
Like dispersed, yeah.
Yeah. So and their goal was to prove that one was better than the other.
Yeah.
Like, that's so much more fun than...
It really is.
Than when you have all of the best players on one team. Like, it's just like, oh, okay, well, yeah. Like, what's the point then?
Yeah, it's like, I've moved here to have a new challenge. Like, you want a challenge? Don't sign for Bayern.
Sign
for Hertha Berlin.
How about this? Here's your challenge. Make these other 10 guys better.
Yeah.
That's your challenge.
Well, that's kind of what Bale and Ronaldo did for Wales and Portugal in the tournament.
Yeah. They said, Bale especially, I think.
Yeah.
Like, he was the quintessential teammate, I thought. Like...
I know they said
he scored his goals, but like he was more than happy to get everybody else involved.
No, and especially like in the after the group stage, he didn't score or assist, and people went, "Oh, his contribution maybe dropped off." But if you're playing Wales, your whole game plan is like, all right, we just snuff out the Gareth Bale thing. So he's making space for other people to do stuff,
right?
Bring other people in the game.
And you would see at points during some of the games, Gareth Bale would be on the right wing. And then 5 minutes later, he'd be dropped deep beneath like the left winger, and like just trying to get guys involved. Like that's what the best player in the team does. Yeah.
And Ronaldo, we can all agree he's a douche, right? He's irritating.
I think we've covered that extensively in this podcast.
But I was reading stuff and people having a go at him for, shouting at his teammates and sort of cajoling his teammates on the touchline.
He wants them to do better.
But he's the captain.
Yeah.
And is that not what he's meant to do? And I thought, well, fair play to him.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough, he kind of over-dramatised it a bit. But he went off injured after 25 minutes and he still came back and kind of...
He was on the touchline jumping around telling people where to go.
He did what he could do for the team at that time. Mm-hmm. Fair play to him.
That's what a captain does.
And that's the last time I'm going to say a positive thing about him.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, exactly. And I'll say one more thing.
Go on.
Your job as a captain is to lead.
Yeah.
To lead by example.
Yeah.
And to get your teammates involved in the game. And Ronaldo does that.
He did it, yep.
So, fair play to him.
Yeah. Ronaldo. Is he better than Messi? Because he's won an international tournament, yeah? Who's better now?
It's still
Messi and Ronaldo, yeah?
It's still Messi. Mostly because Messi has a beard.
Well, if Ronaldo grew a beard.
But...
I don't think
unironic,
he's not had a stubble, is he?
You
can't grow a beard.
That's unironic. Ironically, I don't care.
Figuratively, let's go by.
Figuratively, I don't care who's better. Doesn't matter.
It's still.
I don't think Ronaldo can grow a beard.
No,
I think you're right. I don't think he can.
So I've got one thing in my favour against him.
Yeah.
I could probably put a couple more beers down than him as well.
Than Ronaldo?
Yeah.
He doesn't drink beer.
Of course he doesn't. That's why I could win.
What is he drinking? He's drinking like Cosmopolitans, maybe?
No, he's not. He's like what's his name? DiCaprio in The Departed, just going and ordering cranberry juice and getting punched in the face.
Well, DiCaprio in the movie is actually kind of a badass, so it's not a fair comparison.
I really like that movie. It is terrific.
Yeah. What is it, your period?
Matt Damon's accent. This is terrific.
Yeah. Cui bono, who benefits? Cui gives a shit. It's got a fucking bow on it.
Brian, mind your language.
That's from the movie.
I know, it's quoting.
Cui gives a shit. Oh, I love it. Alright, well, I think that's good enough. I think we've covered it. What do you think, Dave?
Euros are done. Big game today in Champions League, though, right?
Oh, that's right. We can't leave this podcast without mentioning two games. First of all, Celtic losing to Lincoln Red Imps.
They're the best team in the world.
What's just the name of that team?
You shouldn't lose to that team.
It's like
doesn't matter what the sport is.
It's like, wait, your name is the Red Imps? Apparently, they haven't heard of political correctness in Gibraltar, have they? Because isn't an imp like a dwarf, or like isn't that what an imp is?
Well, I think it's kind of fictitious.
Oh,
I don't think it's.
Well, that's my Game of Thrones coming out
right.
because they call Tyrion, who's played by, what's his face?
Dinklage.
Peter Dinklage, and they call him the Imp. So, is that not right? Is that not the correct?
I don't know. I don't think a team has a slur against the disabled in their name.
The Lincoln, the Red Dwarfs.
Oh, I almost dropped an M-bomb there. Banter.
Is a mythological being similar to a fairy or a goblin?
That's what I said.
All right. Okay, so that could apply to Tyrion Lannister and Game of Thrones. Because I guess if people are trying to
I don't watch it.
If they're being derogatory towards him,
yeah.
be calling him an imp would be derogatory.
Don't use the I word. Never use the I word.
That's a good point. But anyway, our chum that scored against Scotland in the Euro qualifiers, what's his name? Gascioni or something like that?
I don't know.
It's Paul Gascoigne just in disguise. Gaza, is that you?
Gaza. Oh, Gaza. He's on trial for some kind of racial slur in Britain right now as well. He's about to be.
Yeah, well, if he doesn't drink himself to death first.
How do you know he was being racist? He's speaking in a Geordie accent. There's no way to tell. He could have said anything.
But anyway, the Red Imps, 1-0 at home against Celtic. Dave, your thoughts? What did Brendan Rodgers say?
He said, "There's no embarrassment, but there is disappointment. But there really should be embarrassment.
Lots of embarrassment.
Plenty of it, because that is rubbish.
Yeah.
I mean,
how do you lose to Lincoln Red Imps from Gibraltar? Where their league, Dave, they play at the same stadium.
Yeah, it's right next to the runway for the airport. Because the whole country is like 10 miles.
It's so great.
Makes San Marino look like Canada. It's stupid. And, fair enough. I've not watched the highlights yet, but I will, obviously, repeatedly.
I think there's 3 policemen in the starting 11 for that team.
Well, they're probably the fittest guys there. They have to remain sober a lot of the time because they have to work like 12-hour shifts and stuff. But I think they had one shot Gibraltar pretty much, and they got it, and they hit.
And Griffiths got one, hit two off the post.
He's a little turd as well. I cannot stand Lee Griffiths. Get him out of the Scotland team just because I don't like him. But Celtic will still win the second leg. But it's good that he's had his wings clipped a little bit because they're kind of treating Rodgers as some sort of messiah in Scotland. But really, as soon as Watford sack Mazzari in November or whatever, he's going to be like, I'll come back.
Yeah.
Or Allardyce gets the England job. Adios.
Yeah, right. Sunderland, here I come.
Yeah. Be Rog. But no.
No. Say it right.
Brog.
The Brog.
Yeah. Brog.
Yeah. So, you think they're going to win at Celtic Park, though?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Probably like 6-0 or something. It's going to be something outrageous.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't quite see them making the Champions League. They still have another 2 rounds after this. And although people say it's like the easier side because they have the champions side, so they only play league winners because they're a league winner.
Well, you can go one of 2 ways, I think, with a loss like this. You can either feel sorry for yourself and lose again.
Yeah.
Or you can say, what the hell was that? Like, pick yourself up and then maybe do something. But I think you're right. If you're going to lose to Lincoln Red Imps, it doesn't spell... That's not a very good omen for the rest of your tournament.
No, but I think they'll get through. But then they've struggled a lot in the qualifiers recently, where they had Ronnie Dyler as manager. They kind of got bumped out early a lot of the time. Even though they managed to, I think it was 2 seasons ago, they got knocked out twice in the qualifiers. It was terrific because they got pumped by Legia Warsaw. I think they lost 4-1 away. I think they lost at home as well. Mm-hmm. But Legia Warsaw fielded a substitute who was actually suspended unbeknownst to them.
Oh.
And UEFA apparently just didn't tell them. It's like, you can't have that guy on the bench, he's suspended. And they go, alright. So this guy came over like 2 minutes. So Warsaw got kicked out. So Celtic get another go. and then they got beaten by Maribor from Slovenia.